My dear, can I confess the one thing I've hidden from everyone, even myself? It's you. I buried your name in silence, but my heart whispered it every night. Loving you felt like losing myself and finding a universe I never knew existed. The secret I kept was how your absence carved hollows I still walk through. I hid the truth. Your shadow haunts my brightest moments, uninvited and relentless. Every lie I told was to protect the fragile space where you still lived. I convinced myself I forgot you, but my soul never stopped reaching for your light. The ache you left isn't sorrow, it's the price of a love too vast to hold. I masked my tears with smiles, but inside, storms screamed your name endlessly. You became the secret wound I learned to hide behind laughter and strength. I whispered your name into the void, hoping the universe would carry my regret. My silence was the loudest confession of the love I dared not claim. I hid the truth so well, even I didn't know the depth of my devotion. Your memory is the secret garden I visit when the world feels empty. I told myself to forget, but my heart mapped every scar you left behind. The truth is you were my mirror, and breaking was the only way to heal. I hid you in the quiet corners where only my soul dares to wander. The one thing I hid was my longing, so fierce it almost swallowed me whole. Even my shadows remember you when the daylight tries to erase your trace. I confessed everything except the way you became my forever, silently and completely. The secret I keep is not the love, but the fear of losing it again. I pretended to move on, but my heart still waits for your return. The silence between us is where I buried the truth I couldn't say aloud. I hid the love so deep, even time can't find where it sleeps. I carry your absence like a sacred prayer whispered into the night. My greatest confession is how your name still feels like home inside me. I hid the truth because some loves are too wild to tame or explain. Even alone, I felt your spirit intertwine with mine in the quiet moments. The secret was never yours to hold. It was mine to cherish in solitude. I hid the pain in my smile, but it screamed in every broken breath. I confessed to the stars my love, hoping they'd deliver it back to you. The truth I hid was that loving you changed the shape of my soul forever. I buried the past, but it blooms quietly in the garden of my heart. I hid the depth of my love because some truths are too raw to speak. Your absence is the ghost I hold close, a haunting reminder of forever. I told everyone I was okay, but my silence was full of your echoes. The secret is how I still feel you in every breath I take. I hid my heart behind walls built from the weight of unspoken words. Loving you was the secret rebellion I never dared to share with the world. The truth I hide is not regret, but a sacred, aching kind of love. I whispered your name in the dark, my soul begging for one last touch. I kept the secret so long, even my dreams stopped calling your name. I hid you inside the pages of my mind, where no one else could find you. The deepest truth I hide is how you saved me, even as you left. I pretended not to care, but my soul cried your name in silence. The secret I kept was the way you rewrote the meaning of my existence. I hid the scars from loving you, but they glow like constellations in me. The truth I never said is how you remain my brightest, darkest star. I hid my love like a flame in the storm, fragile but unextinguished. Your absence is the silence where my heart learned to speak its truth. I carried the secret like a sacred flame, burning quietly in the shadows. The one thing I hid was the way you became my silent prayer. I kept my love hidden like a sacred secret only the universe knows. The truth I hid was my fear, that losing you meant losing myself. I buried my heart where no one could see, but it still beats your name. Loving you was my secret rebellion against the world's harsh silence. I hid the truth because some loves aren't meant for daylight or explanations. The secret I carry is a love too fierce to ever fully speak aloud. I whispered your name into the void, hoping it would return to me whole. I hid my tears behind smiles, but inside, the storm still rages for you. The love I hid wasn't shame, it was the fear of losing you again. I kept my soul locked away, but it still dances with your memory. The truth I hid was my heart's desperate wish to stay forever close. I buried your memory deep, but it blooms quietly in my silent nights. I hid my love in sacred space where only my soul could find it. The secret is how loving you changed me in ways words can't capture. I held my silence like a sacred vow to protect what was ours. The truth I hid was the echo of your voice in my quietest moments. I hid my pain behind strength, but it whispered your name through every crack. Loving you was the secret song my soul sang when no one listened. I kept my love hidden like a treasure only my heart could find. The truth I hide is that you remain the silent fire within me. I buried my regrets deep, but found peace in loving you anyway. I hid my heart so well, even time forgets where it's buried. Loving you was the secret miracle I never dared to believe possible. The silence I kept was the loudest confession of my undying love. I hid the depth of my longing in the quiet corners of my soul. The truth I never said is how you became my sacred, silent prayer. I carried your absence like a sacred flame burning quietly within me. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote and subscribe for more. I hid my love behind walls, but it always found a way to breathe. The truth I hide is how deeply your memory anchors my restless heart. I whispered your name to the stars, hoping they'd carry my confession home. Loving you was the secret dance my soul performed in the shadows. I kept my pain silent so my love for you could speak louder. The secret I carried was how your absence became my most sacred space. I hid my heart's truth in the quiet places no one dared to enter. Your memory is the silent song that plays beneath my every breath. The truth I hide is the ache of loving you beyond all reason. I buried my feelings, but they bloom like wildflowers in my soul's garden. I hid the secret because some loves are too sacred to ever explain. The silence I carry is the loudest echo of the love we lost. I whispered your name in my dreams, hoping you'd hear my silent confession. Loving you was the secret I kept, even from the deepest parts of me. I hid my longing behind smiles, but my soul screamed your name nightly. The truth I kept was how you rewrote the very shape of my heart. I buried my love deep, but it still glows like a secret constellation. I hid my heart's cry, but it's written in every beat I take. The secret I carry is a love too fierce to ever fully fade. I confessed everything except how you remain my silent, sacred forever. I hid the truth that your absence taught me the meaning of true longing. Loving you was my silent prayer whispered into the endless night. I carried your ghost gently as one carries a sacred, broken relic. The secret I kept is how your love still burns inside my quiet heart. I hid my truth because some loves are too wild to ever be tamed. Even in silence, my soul screams your name with sacred desperation. I buried my love so deep, only the stars know where it sleeps. The ache you left is a sacred wound I wear like armor. I kept my love hidden to protect the fragile dream of you. Your absence became my secret sanctuary where sorrow and love coexist. I whispered your name through tears, hoping the universe would listen. I hid my heart because it still beats wildly for you in secret. Loving you was the quiet revolution my soul never regretted starting. The secret I carry is a love that time cannot diminish. I masked my longing behind smiles, but inside you lived forever. Your memory is the quiet fire that warms my coldest nights. I hid my truth because some love stories are meant only for souls. Even in shadows, I find your light guiding me quietly home. The silence I carry is filled with your name, spoken softly within. I buried my love beneath layers of silence, but it never died. Loving you was the secret rhythm my heart danced to in darkness. I hid my pain because loving you was my greatest, fiercest truth. The truth I kept is how your spirit still breathes inside mine. I whispered my love into the void, hoping it would reach you. I carried your absence like a sacred flame that never extinguishes. The secret I keep is a love too powerful for words. I hid my heart behind silence, but it always beat for you. Loving you was my quiet rebellion against a world that never understood. The truth I hid is how deeply you changed the shape of my soul. I buried my love where only dreams and stars can find it. Your memory is the sacred song my soul hums when alone. I kept my longing hidden, but it shaped every breath I took. I hid the ache because loving you was the purest form of bravery. The silence between us holds the confessions I could never say aloud. I whispered your name to the night sky, hoping it would echo back. Loving you was the secret light that guided me through darkest nights. I hid my truth to protect the fragile hope that you were still mine. The love I buried is alive in the quiet places of my heart. I carried your absence as a sacred story written in my soul. The secret I hold is a love too intense to be spoken. I hid my heart because it still beats wildly with your memory. Loving you was the silent prayer my soul never stopped repeating. The truth I keep is how your absence carved space for love's rebirth.